Hey warrior, welcome back. If you have ever left a networking event feeling completely wiped out, holding a stack of business cards you know you're never going to look at again, I need you to know something right off the bat. It was never you. You were never bad at this. You were just handed a version of networking that was built for someone else entirely. And today, we're throwing that version out for good. Let me take you back to a version of me a few years ago. I used to force myself into rooms full of strangers, plaster on a smile, and repeat the same 5 sentences about my business over and over again until they stopped meaning anything, even to me. I'd come home exhausted with a stack of cards and maybe, if I was lucky, one real conversation buried somewhere in the middle of all that performing. And I remember thinking, other people make this look so easy. What is wrong with me? Nothing was wrong with me. And if that's you right now, nothing is wrong with you either. What was wrong was the strategy. Here's what I eventually figured out, and it changed everything about how I build relationships in my business. Networking was never supposed to be about volume. It was supposed to be about depth. And once I stopped chasing wide and started building deep, every single thing shifted, including the opportunities that started showing up in my life. I want to walk you through 5 specific ways to build real connections this week, especially if you are the woman who hates small talk, who feels drained by performing, and who would rather have one honest conversation than 50 forgettable ones. Let's get into it. Number 1, ditch the business card mentality completely. I want you to picture your phone right now, full of contacts from events you barely remember attending. How many of those people have you actually spoken to since? If the answer is close to zero, that's not a failure on your part. That's proof that collecting names was never the strategy that was going to work for you. From now on, before you walk into any interaction, whether it's an event, a DM, or am I collecting or am I connecting? Collecting is about quantity. Connecting is about presence. Choose presence every single time, even if it means you walk away from an event having spoken to only 3 people instead of 30. Number 2, ask questions that actually matter. This is the piece that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, "So what do you do?" Because that question invites a rehearsed answer, a job title, a pitch. Instead, I started asking things like, "What are you most excited about right now?" Or "What's been the hardest part of this season for you?" These questions ask for a real answer, not a performed one. And the moment someone gives you a real answer, you have officially moved past small talk into something that actually matters. I also love asking, "How can I be helpful to you?" Not the other way around. Lead with generosity. And I promise you, it comes back around in ways you can't even predict yet. Number 3, give without expecting anything in return. This one requires a mindset shift, especially if you spent any time in spaces that treat every relationship like a transaction. I want you to start making introductions between people in your world who should know each other without absolutely anything in it for you. I want you to share someone else's work publicly, unprompted, just because you believe in it. I want you to check in on people during hard seasons, not just when you need something from them. This is where trust gets built. In the moments nobody's watching, when you show up for someone with zero expectation of a return. Number 4, Follow up like you actually mean it. This is where most networking efforts die. We have that great conversation, we say, let's stay in touch, and then life happens. And that relationship quietly disappears into the void of good intentions. So here's what I want you to do instead. Build a 20-minute weekly routine into your calendar, the same way you'd block time for anything else that matters in your business. 5 minutes for one meaningful check-in message. 5 minutes for genuine comments on a few posts from people in your world. 5 minutes to follow up with someone you've been meaning to circle back to, and 5 minutes to introduce two people who should know each other. 20 minutes once a week is all it takes to keep your relationships alive without letting them consume your entire calendar. And number 5, the one I think matters most for the women listening to this right now: protect your energy while you expand your circle. Growing your network does not mean saying yes to every single connection request, every coffee chat, every let's hop on a call message. It means being discerning. You are allowed to say no to relationships that consistently take more than they give. You are allowed to cap how many new connections you're actively nurturing at once. And you are allowed to schedule recovery time after a big networking push, the same way you'd rest after any kind of other hard work, because relationship building is work, even when it's joyful work. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. Every real opportunity in my life, every client, every collaboration, every friendship that turned into a business partnership came from a conversation, not a system, not a funnel. A real, honest, sometimes uncomfortable conversation where I showed up as myself and let someone else respond. If you've been holding back from reaching out, from commenting something real instead of, hey, great post, from replying to that DM sitting unanswered in your inbox, this is your sign. The conversation you almost don't have might be the exact one that changes everything for you. I built an entire framework around everything I just shared with you today, including the full weekly routine, the complete list of questions, and the exact scripts I use, and I'm teaching all of it live inside next week's free workshop, The Authentic Networking for Women Who Hate Small Talk. The link is right below in the description, and I would love to have you there. If this video helped you even a little, do me a favor and drop a comment telling me which strategy you're trying first. Come find community inside the Empower Collective, where we're going even deeper on this exact topic all this month. And keep an eye out, because my new book, The Warrior Mom's Playbook, is ready, and it's packed with exactly this kind of real, practical, faith-fueled strategy. Until next time, warrior, go have one real conversation this week. That's all it takes.